We all love anime with a little bit of romance. Matter of fact, romance anime series are just beautiful and wholesome. However, when an anime girl is head over heels for the main character, the whole plot seems more fulfilling and enjoyable. This comes in the shape of stalking, feelings of love, and getting jealous of other girls. Therefore, we're going to talk about the top 10 anime where girls are obsessed with the main character. Before starting this video, make sure to leave a like, share, subscribe, and push the bell icon so you won't miss out on our future video. Without further ado, let's jump right into the list.
それでは会長は兼用ですね。
にゃん。
跡が詰まっているのですみませんが部屋の隅でしてください。
Number 10, we have Val X Love. For the number 10 spot, we have Val X Love, which is full of girls being obsessed with the main character. Takuma is the protagonist of this anime series, who lives with his sisters in the same house. The concept of this anime is that Takuma is special and has to perform love with Valkyrie to increase his powers. Now, by making love, I do mean French kissing or feeling the chest for maybe 30 seconds, but on the other hand, Takuma is a rather socially anxious person who likes to stay away from people for some obvious reasons. But to his surprise, he still has a lot of biddies chasing after him. Let's get into the list of them, shall we? First off, we have Natsuki Satome. Initially, Natsuki didn't find any resolve in Takuma that excited her, but as the series continued, she found the will to never give up, and she fell for him. Being so obsessive that she constantly is trying to gain his attention and making him stay away from the other sisters is kinda cute. She just wants to choose Takuma as his love partner. I should explain, they're not biologically related. Another biddy on the show is Itsuyu Satome. The fifth Satome sister, named Itsuyu, loves to get pats on her head. She was reminded of her father who would occasionally pat her. Kinda weird. At first, she showed no interest in Takuma, but as the series continued, she fell for him as Takuma showed the same personality qualities as her father. Anime is weird. As other Satome sisters, she also wants to make love with Takuma as much as possible, but you know what you signed up for, it's a romance anime. Finally, we have Shino Satome. Yakuma has isolated herself as she has an ability to make her body weaker. Unlike most of her sisters, she fell for Takuma in an instant, wanting to make love with him. At number 9, we have Kono Naka ni Hitori. The protagonist, Shugo, is a handsome, young teenage boy who studies at an academy. His personality is kind and caring, and after his father's death, he had to inherit the Mikadono group. The anime revolves around a complex stories of character, but it is full of cute girls being possessive when it comes to Shogo. His childhood friends, Kono and Miyabi, are love rivals and would do anything to get his attention, even if it means fighting each other. The anime has many plot twists and scenes where you would rather be in a state of constant jaw drops. Biddy number 1, Kono Surama. Even though Kono normally acts like his family and an overprotective sister, she is too shy to show her love for Shugo. She's a lover and a rival to Miyabi Kaneki, which we'll talk about in a moment. The main goal of Kono is to gain the attention of Shogo and make him comfortable to take care of her. As the anime progresses, she is shown to make Miyabi, her rival, jealous of her by doing things that Shogo would love. Biddy number 2, Miyabi Kaneki. Miyabi has a very loud and bright personality. When she meets Shogo in the anime, her personality gets to an extreme level of loud and over-possessiveness. This is why she likes to act as Shogo's beloved little sister who cares for him. She also confessed that she fell in love with Shugo at a very young age and is the arch enemy of Kono. Things get a little spicy in this anime. Make sure to watch this one. Number 8, we have Tayutama. One of the best anime on our list is Tayutama. It is an action-filled and romance-based anime in which Yuri is the main character who belongs to a family of priests. His family is known to seal spirits to maintain the balance of their world. Yuri is a high school student who's all about loving motorcycles and riding them in pure coolness. In the anime, he's riding out with one of his companions named Ameri, who is secretly in love with Yuri, but she can't tell him why because, like all anime girls, she's very shy. After performing the exorcism one day, due to some slight mistake, Yuri released a couple of spirits that would live with him in his house. These spirits fell in love after they were released. The whole anime is a combination of loveless rivalry, where Ameri would hate Yuri for giving Mashiro, a spirit girl, his attention. If you want an action and adventure-based anime with lovers' quarrels all the time, this is your cup of tea.
いや、限界だ。
Number Number 7, we have Showman Sample. Showman Sample has a twisting story. In the plot, more and more people are failing to cope up with the modern day standards of education. These people are girls from mountains who know nothing about the outside world. In an attempt to introduce them to the outside world, they kidnapped a guy called Kimito, who's the protagonist of this anime. As you've guessed, a single guy with girls all around him spells trouble. There's a whole list of girls who fell for Kimito and want him to notice their affection. That took the shape of a massive lovers' rivalry. Aika, Riko, Hakuo, Karen, Miyuki, all these girls are obsessed with the main character and want him just for themselves. The main twist comes when the school staff thinks that Kimito is actually gay and all about muscles. Fortunately for Kimito, he figures this out and decides to just play along. All the girls' futures is in his hands, and he is responsible for teaching them about the outside world.
どうせ変な名前よ。
そうか。俺はいい名前だと思うけどな。
何言ってるのよ。そんなことで私は。
Number 6, we have Blade Dance of the Elementiers. This plot goes in a rather interesting direction. A world full of spirits where only maidens can make contracts and interact with them. All the maids are from a noble family where they gather at a spirit academy. Not too deep into the anime, and our protagonist jumps right into breaking their rules. Kimito Kaizaya sees a maid named Claire who is purifying herself at a lake. She gets very mad and starts to attack him, for obvious reasons. He then helps her in making a contract with a sealed sword. In this journey, Kimito becomes Claire's slave and uses her quite spicily, if you know what I mean. Even after saving Claire's life, she blames him for stealing the sword, and the anime continues. Acting all tough, Claire has this fetish where she likes to read books in which men dominate women. This is extreme to the point where she sees dreams of herself being dominated by Kimito. Moreover, maidens like Ellis and Rinslet are also head over heels for Kimito and want to marry him and raise their kids with him. This whole story is filled with female characters trying their best to make Kimito theirs, even if it means competing with each other. Number 5, we have Cupid's Chocolates. In Cupid's Chocolate, the story starts when our protagonist, Yang, becomes the harem king of his college. Even though he's very anxious and avoids trouble, one day he becomes a harem king, and suddenly all girls start loving him. The weirdest part of the storyline is that he didn't even know these girls. There are a lot of characters in this anime, but Oyang is the main girl when it comes to this anime. She's the childhood friend of Hayori and is considered her rival for a long time. At some point in the anime, it is revealed that she loves him so much. That's pretty wholesome. She is a cute girl who's obsessed with Hayori and has no intention of letting him go, even if it means competing with Zai, Tang, Mei, and even Lin. The whole anime is filled with emotions and it's very wholesome. To think that they managed to incorporate so many genres in a single anime, it's pretty amusing.
誰その人。なあ、太郎。
ユノ、こいつさ、実は辰吉です。
Number 4, we have MM. The story revolves around the main character named Tora Sato, who is a masochist. He hates being a masochist and thinks that it won't make him seem like a normal guy at all. In the plot, he and his friend named Hayama join a club that promised to fix their issues. After joining, they found out that a bunch of people there all had different problems. The head of the school club is Mio, and is secretly obsessed with him, and helps him in fixing his masochism. Mio is a sadist, and this makes sense why she always tries to hit him to fix his problems. The masochist and the sadist couple really takes things to a whole new level.
要は暑さが足りないってことか。それなら俺は全力でお疲れする。おお、いい感じじゃんか。
Number 3, we have You Are the Master and the Servant is Me. Ren left home with his sister Mihato, and they don't have any money left. In the pursuit of getting work, they are hired by the Kunoji family and are working in their mansion. They are employed to take care of the family's 3 daughters, who fell for Ren in the anime at some point: Yume, Mio, and Shinra. All 3 sisters have different traits, but the anime revolves around everyone having a crush on Ren. For example, Yume gets super jealous when she sees Shinra being close with Ren. Miu just wants Ren's attention. It is a beautiful display and a perfectly made storyline where the side characters all fall in love with the main character, thus earning it its spot on our list.
まあいいから一旦落ち着け。
やっぱり無理だよ。お兄ちゃん。え、お兄ちゃん？
Number 2, we have Saitokai no Ichizan. Ken is the protagonist who just wants to become a better person. His dream is to become the vice president of the student council. Well, things didn't quite go as expected. While he was accepted in the student council, all the members of the student council made him work like crazy. Even though it seems like a rather frustrating and dark story, it's not that bad. Ken has already met all 4 of the members the year before joining his high school. The story is filled with a mix of emotions, and each episode ends with Ken being serious. While the anime isn't solely focused on the lusty side, it does show the mix of affection and love towards Ken. A rather wholesome anime that we highly recommend.
今日統合テストか。
And number 1 on our list is Kobayashi-san Chi no Maid Dragon. Probably the first anime on our list that includes a female main character. Kobayashi is a simple office worker who is rather boring and bland. One day she sets off for work and finds a dragon head in the apartment. However, the dragon changes itself into a cute young girl who is wearing a maid's outfit. Kobayashi let the dragon live with her as Kana had nowhere to go. Toru is the main dragon whose life was saved by Kobayashi, and she fell in love with her in an instant and started to live in her apartment as a maid. Kana and Toru being so obsessed with the main character makes the whole story so cute and wholesome. The animation is on point, and the storyline is action-filled with everyday adventures. Alright, that's it for our top 10 anime list of